Today on the show, it's Quick Question, the show where I answer your questions quickly. And today's question is, how can Bruce Wayne be Batman in the Justice League comic, but not have his memories in the Batman comic at the same time? This is kind of simple to answer. DC are currently doing DCU, and with that comes this phrase, creativity over continuity. Basically, DC have said they're going to tell stories and kind of ignore their continuity, or at least that was the plan before they kind of dropped DCU and didn't tell anyone. Basically, what this means is DC can tell a story in the past, present, and future. It doesn't matter when. So what is assumed that has happened is Bruce Wayne still exists post-convergence, but he didn't have his memories due to things that happened pre-convergence, and then from Batman number 48 onwards he's going to regain his memories and become Batman again. And this Justice League story is set sometime after Batman number 48. So to give you even more perspective on this, if I were to be allowed to write the Teen Titans for DC, but I didn't like what was going on in the DC universe at that moment in time, I wouldn't have to write a story based in that moment in time. I could write a story that was set before those events, or even after those events, just as long as the characters don't mention those events. Or I could just write a story that's on the fringe of the universe, so they wouldn't be affected by those events anyway, but you know, that's what people normally do anyway. What I'm trying to say is, if I wanted to, I could write a Teen Titans story set in 1984 using the new Teen Titans team. So basically, what DC had planned was for time in the DC universe to no longer be a linear thing in terms of storytelling. It was just going to be a ball of events, and writers could reach in and take out one of those events and turn that event into a comic. And that was the plan, and it's a good plan in theory, but in practice, not so much. People got confused, questions were raised, and DC tried their best to explain the situation, but I don't think everyone understood it, just because you need to have a bit of a loose, creative mind and a couple of loose screws in your head to get this and to not mind it like I do. So I do genuinely think that DCU just isn't for the masses, and DC is writing comics at the moment that would appeal to the masses. So it's two things that just do not go together. DCU has affected DC very, very badly. In the top 10 best-selling comics every month, Batman is usually there. There's at least Batman in the top 10 best-selling comics representing DC. DC didn't have a single comic in the top 10 for October. Seeing as people did genuinely like the old continuity returning in Convergence, but DC don't want to do another Crisis to restore the old continuity, I would actually do another comic like 52 that would slowly reintroduce different parts of the old continuity into the new 52 universe, sort of merging the two universes very, very slowly over 52 weeks, because DC really does like the number 52. How I would do this is I would write a comic that was a person in a white room, and all over this room there would be shattered glass, and as you restored each pane of glass, it sort of represented an event in DC's history. And eventually, over the course of the weeks, we would see characters responding to these events. Like some mention in a comic like, "Hey Tim, remember when you were Robin?" Instead of him just being Red Robin from the off, like he was in the new 52 universe, his entire legacy as Robin would be restored. And who is this person in the white room, and why do they want to do this? Well, I know, and I'm keeping it a secret in case I actually get to write this, because I really like the idea and I'm not letting anyone steal it from me, so sorry about it. But this would be a simple way to change DC's current continuity without having to resort to another Crisis, because let's face it, DC keep doing them every few years, and yeah, it's nice to have a Crisis, but it's nice to have a Crisis that doesn't change continuity. It's super effective! Okay guys, that is it for today. So what do you think of DC's current situation? Please let me know in the comments down below. Also don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more history videos. Also don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, support the show by checking out my Patreon if you want to see bigger and better and more history videos. And also don't forget to subscribe to my vlogging channel if you want to start your day with me every single day. My name is Faust, this has been Exploring Comics, and it is super effective.